like monster movies and maybe a little cooking, then why don't you come on in?
Full moon rising, outside night is falling. You hear the wolfmen calling and hide under your bed. Dry your eyes, hon. He's only feeling blue and might like to talk to you and make a friend. I know you're scared. It's only natural to be scared of the things that we don't understand. In the morning, we can talk about it. Maybe think about it too. 'Cause monsters are a lot like me. They're a lot like me and you. Monsters, monsters.
Hi, it's Princeton from the future. So the audio wasn't working in the studio due to a small technical issue of me turning off my microphone by mistake. That's on me. So we went in and redubbed a lot of the audio later on, so you'll hardly even notice, I'm sure. Yeah.
Hello, little monsters. I'm Princeton Vice, the monster sitter. Today we're going to have a whole lot of fun and have a lot of fun. And with me today is Memento Murray. Say hello, Murray.
Bite me.
Man, didn't get so much as a twitch. You okay, Princey? You seem a bit distracted.
Yeah, I just keep hearing this creepy sound.
The scratching, scraping, like scrabbling inside the walls.
Yeah, I do hear it, which can only mean... Tippi, I told you stop going into the crawl space.
Aw, but there are bugs in there.
I feed you plenty of bugs.
Yeah, but the ones in the walls are the best bugs. Some have been dead for so long they're extra crunchy, and some have an extra sweet flavor.
That'd be the lead paint.
Tippi, no. You're not a bad possum, but this is bad behavior, and I feel that... There it is again. It's like a voice calling, whispering.
If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come.
Murray?
Built what?
It's just a line from a movie.
Oh, I want to whisper movie quotes too. She doesn't even go here.
Speaking of movies, we're watching Spooks Run Wild.
Oh, we're watching Spooks Gone Wild? That's one of my favorites. Young hot ghost co-eds on spring break, full of hormones and curiosity and...
No, not Spooks Gone Wild, Spooks Run Wild.
You know, I'd appreciate it if we showed one of my movies for a change.
Spooks Run Wild is a 1941 horror comedy starring Bela Lugosi and the East Side Kids. The tough kids from the city find themselves in a dark and creepy house. Is their host the dreaded, inhuman serial murderer, the Monster Killer? Wait and see.
guys, huh? Hey, Danny, go ahead, hit him with Glimpy. Go ahead. Hey, you coppers, members of the
Catskills, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
This guy's too serious.
Well, we got your boys for you. Thanks, officer. They might be underprivileged, but they sure ain't underdeveloped.
I guess they got us, Muggs. Take a couple of squad cars and these Dick Tracy bracelets and
Hey,
do it.
let me go.
Have your backs, Wait till I write the boys on 4th Street.
Hey, where we going? Man, we going to camp.
Camp? What, have we been drafted?
I'm disappointed. I thought we was going to reform school. I would have been a sophomore this year.
Oh, kid.
Yeah.
What do you want us to do with them? Deposit them in the bus.
I'll fix them cops. I'll go to the country and get sick and die and come back and haunt them, I swear.
I don't care.
We're only going to stop here for a few minutes. Just long enough to pick up mail supplies. I hope you don't mind.
Okay. I got to check one of those back tires anyway. Take me about 10 minutes.
Good. Say, fellas, don't any of you wander away. Look around if you want to, but don't get far away from the bus, right?
Roodly-doo.
Come on, honey.
Yes, sit down here. You know you're going to be as nice. I don't want to room the man's...
Touch the big. What? Don't touch that. That ain't doing no, I want it. Turn it off. That's all right. Who's driving this thing? Wait a minute, you're broken. Wait till I get the flyers here. Hey, I want it. Turn it off. That's all right. Who's driving this thing? Wait a minute, you're broken. Wait till I get one. Turn it off. Hey, it's screwing up. Come on, get out! Well, what do you know, Joe? Just step back and forth. What you excited about? Don't blow your top. That ain't nice.
What was the bright idea of that?
Oh, that? Just a little scientific curiosity, that's all. Law of gravitation, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I can see we're all going to have lots of fun together in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, so can I. It'll be good. I ain't got no sense of humor, that's all. Say, you fellas hang around here. I'm going a little window shopping.
Yeah. I don't like that guy's altitude.
Me neither. If anybody thinks I'm going to stay up here and associate with him and all these cows and chickens, they're crazy.
No, I milked a cow once. A very intricate affair. You see, a cow has 4 faucets. What for? Well, the first faucet is for buttermilk, the second for buttermilk, and the third is for evaporated milk.
What's the 4th one for?
Come to think of this, cow only had 3.
Oh, that cow must have been contented.
Oh, very contented.
Are you contented?
Oh, extremely so.
That's fine.
I don't get it.
Hey, listen. You guys lay low, see? I think I got an angle. As soon as it gets dark...
Make a break?
That's right.
Good.
Hey,
I'm thirsty.
What do you have?
I don't know. You got a menu?
Certainly.
I'll have some of that.
That's the name of the town, silly.
Oh, that's what I thought. Give me a root beer.
All righty. And what do you have?
I'll have a demi-tasse and a large cup of black coffee.
A what?
I'll have root beer, too.
And what'll you have?
You.
You're very fresh.
I hope your bread is just as fresh. Say, what are you doing tonight?
Got a date?
How about tomorrow night?
I've got a date.
How about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night?
I got a date.
Well, that kills that week. Hey, what's your name?
Margie.
Margie.
What a moniker.
Marjorie and Muggsy. Hey, that's got a lot of onomatopoeia.
We're going to camp, you know.
Yeah, we're underprivileged.
We interrupt this program for an important announcement to listeners near Hillside and Colton. All citizens are warned to be on the lookout for the monster killer who is believed to be in this vicinity. This maniac has left a trail of 3 inhuman murders and is believed heading upstate. We return you now to your program.
Monsters? They don't mean nothing to us. We eat them every morning for breakfast.
Bring those monsters on. I ain't scared of them. I'm anemic. I was taken for a ride once.
You were?
Yeah, there I was. Miles from Times Square, somewhere in Central Park, I think. And them gangsters, they had me backed against a tree, and they got a machine gun, saying one. What do you think happened?
I don't know what happened.
He got killed.
Oh,
Fantastic, wasn't it?
Hey,
Hey, there goes our bus.
Pretty near missed the bus, didn't he?
Yeah, I've been looking for you, Jim.
Oh, hello there, Mayor. What's on your mind?
Did you hear that stuff on the radio about that monster coming this way?
Yep, and that ain't all. I just got a telegram from the state police.
You did, huh? They better come inside and talk it over.
Jeff Dixon, if you don't stop pouting, I'll scream.
I'm not pouting.
Too. And for no reason at all. That's no way to enjoy a vacation.
Vacation? Are you kidding? With that bunch of gorillas, it'll be a nightmare.
They're not gorillas. They're young and a little wild, maybe. Besides, you know perfectly well the camp was boys who are denied the things you've had.
Well, all right, so they need the outdoor life. But I was hoping for a nice, quiet summer at camp so I could study my thesis and be with you. Instead of that, it's going to be as quiet around here as the funhouse at Coney Island.
Well, some excitement will do us good. It's been a dull summer till now.
Well, I like that. So now I'm dull.
No, but lawyers aren't usually exciting. They're steady and, well, solid, like the Rock of Gibraltar.
And just about as good company, I suppose. Well, you listen to me, Linda Mason. I may be studying to be a lawyer.
And a good one, too.
Yes, and a good one, too. Okay, you win. You're a good nurse, too.
Now, I'm sure I've made the same mistake at least once myself today, if not in other previous broadcasts, but one thing that I keep getting wrong is, technically speaking, his name is not Bela Lugosi, it's Bela Lugosi. So as a nice little mnemonic here, I thought I'd sing a song for you that might sound slightly familiar, but is legally distinct. Hit it. Me. I'm sure you've seen him in the movies. He's a star of horror fame. But we've mispronounced his name for far too long, when we should pronounce his name Bela. That is how you say Bela. That's the only way, Bela. Darling, won't you please keep that in mind? Bum, bum, bum. It's a common misconception, like in that old Bauhaus song. The song is wild, I really like its style, but they say his first name wrong. It's Bela. Ba-dum-ba. That is how you say Bela. Ba-dum-ba. That's the only way, Bela. Ba-dum-ba. Darling, won't you please keep that in mind? Oh, I will. One more time. Bela. Everybody. That is how you say Bela. That's the only way, Bela.
Hey, you know that guy that runs this place? He wouldn't be bad if it wasn't for his disposition. Hey, he ain't no good, but that girl that hangs around with him, she ain't bad.
Hey, what's she supposed to be?
According to a uniform, I guess she's a nurse.
A nurse? Pardon me while I run a temperature.
Well, anyhow, the shower's okay.
I didn't eat it. What? It was full of bugs.
How do you mean?
I heard that nurse say with her own mouth that the thing had vitamins in it. Man, it sure is dark in here.
I'll say, I can't even see you.
I can't even see myself. Hey, what's that?
It's an owl.
I know it's an owl, but who's howling?
That's an owl. It's got 4 legs and fleas. How can you read in the dark? Huh? How can you read in the dark?
I went to night school.
Hey, shut up, will you? Let a guy go to sleep. Hey, Muggs. What? I'm not scared or nothing like that, but remember what we heard about that guy on the radio? So? Well, suppose he was prowling around here. Don't you think we ought to stand guard or something? Yeah, you just go out and set a couple of bear traps for him. Happy dreams, Slappy.
This book is murder. Thirsting for the flow of bright red blood,
At this moment...
Good evening, my friend.
Evening.
You are a resident here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Good. Then perhaps you can tell me where the Billings estate is.
The Billings estate? Why, it ain't been lived in for 10 years. Not since old man Billings was murdered in his sleep.
Interesting. But you were about to tell me where it was.
Oh, sure. Sure. It's up there, on the top of Billings Mountain.
Oh, I see. Is there a road to it?
Yes, but...
Thank you. Good night, my friend.
It's you.
What do you mean?
I know you. I know who he is, too.
He?
The monster. He was here just a second ago, just now. The radio said he was coming and he's here.
And you know who I am?
Of course. I read about you in this book. You're Dr. Von Grosch, and you've come here to save us from him.
Yes, I am Dr. Von Grosch.
I knew it. I knew it right away.
And the monster, did you know him at once also?
Right from the start. Couldn't miss him with those glaring eyes and red lips. The dwarf, too, like a little black spider. And the trailer full of coffins. I was right in the middle of the book when they come in.
Where have they gone?
Said he was going to the empty Billings estate. On top of the hill.
Yes, the solitude he needs. Tell me, this knowledge you possess, you've gained it all from that book?
Oh, sure. You see, I'm kind of a student of black magic. Well, say, I better tell the constable you're here. You'll need help?
No, wait. We must proceed slowly, carefully. As you know, at night the monster is strong, and the police would be helpless against him.
I guess that's right.
I know that's right. Perhaps you'd like to help me.
Oh, sure, Dr. Von Grosch.
Fine. Now, first, though you may speak of the monster's arrival, you must keep my presence a secret. That is of the utmost importance. You have a room, someplace where we may converse?
Oh, yeah. I've got a cottage. Just take a few minutes to close up the station. There won't be any more business anyway.
Fine, I'll wait here.
All right, welcome back. So the Vice Manor is still a little extra haunted, so I thought, why don't I do some independent research?
And by you mean me. I'm the one who does all the real work around here.
Yes, so I apologize. So Viv did the hard research of tracking down the very book mentioned in this film, Spooks Run Wild, that they're reading from. So hopefully we get some little more opinions. Here we go. Studies in Dark Arts. Let's see. Introduction, filler. Aha! Here we go. The monster appears. I turned towards the window, and there he was. The monster silhouetted in the moonlight. With a motion of his hand, the window clasp unfastened, and the window slid open 1 inch at a time. I lay in bed paralyzed with fear. He stepped onto the bedroom floor. His face came into the light of my candle, and I could finally see his face. His expression was hungry, but not for food. Surely it was thirsting for the flow of bright red blood. That's where we left off in the film. Let's see what happens next. At this moment, all sounds seemed to die out. He approached me with his glaring eyes and red lips. Weakly, I managed to mumble, "Have you come to take my life?" "No," he said in a smile, warm and cruel at the same time. "Not your life. Your innocence?" I sat like a bird before a cobra, hypnotized but somehow elated, as his fingers found the top button of my nightgown and, wait a minute. Oh, there's pictures. Well, this is not the kind of book I was expecting. Well, I guess, sorry to make you go to trouble. You know what? I'll go ahead and actually return it for you.
This is mine now.
But it's
No. Mine.
So while Aunt Viv enjoys her new book, let's get us back to the film. Spooks Run Wild.
Where are we going?
Wake up the whole camp. What's the matter with you guys? I don't feel so good. Got a little insomnia.
Why don't you put some liniment on it?
I know where you're going. You got a date with our girl, Margie.
So I got a date with Margie. So what?
So we got a date too, and we're gonna keep it.
You guys can't leave camp. You'll get in trouble. You gotta have a permit.
You got one?
Why, certainly.
Let's see it.
Must have left it in my smoking jacket. Hey, quit surrounding me, will you? I'm going and I'm going alone.
That makes 3 of us going alone. Sidewalks are free.
Who ever heard of sidewalks in the woods?
Didn't I tell you to be quiet?
City of the dead. Do they too hear the howling of the frightened dogs? Mariana Billings. Winter came after 18 short summers. She was beautiful.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
Ouch, these mosquitoes are driving me crazy.
Why didn't you put citronella on them like we did?
Citronella? I thought you said vanilla. I'm giving these guys a party.
Hey, I wonder if we're heading in the right direction.
Ah, you got nothing to worry about, pal. I got my compass with me.
Well, which way are we going?
So dark I can't see the compass.
Here, I'll give you a little light.
That's a fine thing. Someone stole one of the hands off.
Somebody stole one of the hands. Must have been a magician. A compass only has one hand.
Well, why don't somebody loan me those things?
Come on, let's get out of this shell hole. I wonder if this is a cow trail or the state highway. A nice place for a picnic. You run out of toothpicks, you can use pine needles.
Why don't you look where you're going?
What are you looking for?
Remember what we heard on the radio about that ghoul, that guy that sucks all the blood out of you?
What would he be doing out here, sucking the sap out of the trees?
Hey, does the guy really suck the blood out of you?
Yeah.
Well, I got nothing to worry about because the mosquitoes got all mine. Ow! That was a Messerschmitt.
Hey, what if he really was out here?
What if you was back home?
Yeah?
Your old man would give you a hit in the head like that.
I ain't got an old man.
The kid's an orphan. Oh, tripping, huh? You know, it's a 5-yard penalty for that.
Come on, let's move.
Oh, it's so hot.
Bob Wyatt, hold it. Hope there ain't no bulls over here.
Hey, hold it for me now, will you? Come on, Muggs.
Yeah, I'm holding it, I'm holding it. Come on, Slim. Hey, Doc. What are you guys doing here? Why aren't you back in camp?
Oh, why should we stay in camp when you fellas go to town?
Hey, get me out of here, will you?
I can see my date with Marchie's going to be about as private as the Delancey Street fish market on Friday.
Come on, boy.
You know, I'm starting to think we're lost.
Yeah, we should have been in town a long time ago. I'd get back to camp if I knew the way.
Ah, quit drooling, you're getting me wet. Who asked you guys to follow me in the first place? Hey, a graveyard. We can't be far from town. Come on, let's cut across it. It may be a shortcut.
If it's all the same to you, Muggs, I'd like to detour.
Oh, come on, you chump. We'll be out of it in a minute.
How long is a minute? That's too long, brother.
Stop! After you catch me, I'll stop.
Hey, there's a house.
Where?
Right up there on top of the hill. Cozy looking place, ain't it?
We ain't looking for no Ritz-Carlton. We're looking for a place to get Pee-wee patched up. Come on, let's go.
Oh, there's somebody there.
Say there, can we come in? Our pal here is hurt. We want to get him to a doctor.
Hey, Princeton. Ah! You need to chill.
Sorry, I'm just a little jumpy since the whole creepy sounds in the attic started. So I called in an expert to help.
An exorcist?
Oh, better. Ah! Oh, doorbell.
Why, hello, Princeton.
Oh, well, I see who it is. It's none other than Count Gauntly of Count Gauntly's Horrors of the Public Domain, star of Fairfax Public Access number 10.
You forgot Internet Star, too. But that's all right.
Thanks so much for helping me out. I can't figure out what supernatural being is haunting my house.
Well, you've come to the right place.
This is my place.
Used to be mine.
Okay.
For I, Count Gauntly, of Count Gauntly's Horrors from the Public Domain, am an expert in every monster and demon in the public domain.
Oh, thank you.
Could you describe your ghostly activity?
Well, it starts with a whine and then like a thump, like someone's stomping the floor, and then it repeats.
with a rhythm until the wall shakes. We thump, we thump, we thump. It's driving me nuts.
I see. Given our proximity to Maryland, this can only be a snallygaster.
Snallygaster? No, wait, I checked the snallygaster traps. They're good.
Perhaps your house contains an eldritch beast from a non-Euclidean dimension?
Normally it does, but she's on vacation. Orlando.
Good time of year for it.
Yeah.
Let me see. I sense the presence of a ghost of boundless rage and malevolence within these walls.
I sense it too. Through the talk about me like I'm not here, you jerks. Oh, sorry, Murray. Oh, I know. Could it be that thin guy from Creepypasta? You know, the slender...
Nope. Not public domain. They can't hear you.
Okay, sorry, brought up. Sorry. My bad.
Then we need to do a series of tests.
Okay, what's gonna need?
Interesting. Very interesting.
Oh.
But you have no need to worry.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Either it's something harmless and you have nothing to fear,
Oh.
or it's a merciless spirit of vengeance who will inevitably claim your soul, no matter what you do. So, no sense worrying about it.
What?
If you have any vintage drinks you've been saving for a special occasion, now might be a good time to drink them. No time like the present, right?
Thank you. Count Gauntly, host of Count Gauntly's Horrors of the Public Domain.
Anytime.
All right, back to our movie.
We have visitors?
You might as well, huh?
Yeah. What kind of a place is this, anyway?
I don't know, but I don't think I'm gonna like it.
Who is it? It's me. Listen, Schooner, the next time you come out of the dock, put a coat of whitewash on, will you?
I'm so scared I'm turning white now.
I wish that guy hurry up. I'm getting tired. Ow!
Good evening. I must apologize for the state of my home. It has been without occupants for many years.
Well, look, our buddy here's been hurt. We was going through the cemetery taking a shortcut to town and somebody took a pot shot at him.
How unfortunate. He should lie down.
Don't you think we ought to get a doctor?
Perhaps later. Come with me.
How about calling a doctor?
There's no telephone here. However, I have some knowledge of medicine. I will treat you, friend. I suggest you wait outside, or better still, in my study. Thank you.
Okay. Come on, fellas. See you later.
We've looked everywhere. Not a sign of them.
Did you look down by the lake?
Yes, everywhere.
What are you going to do?
Nothing?
Well, Jeff, we've got to find them. They're city kids. If they're lost in the woods...
I hope they are.
Jeff Dixon, do you know what you're saying?
I certainly do. Those kids have been nothing but trouble from the beginning. If they're lost, it's their own fault.
So you're going to sit there all night? Oh,
Hey, what are you going to do?
if you're not man enough to go after them, I'll do it myself.
But Linda...
Hey, maybe she's serious.
She's been reading Florence Nightingale. She'll be back when she gets tired.
Hey, I don't like the looks of this place. Neither do I. Let's get out of here, huh?
Hey, yeah, let's get out of here.
What, leave Pee Wee here? We gotta wait till he's doctored up.
Hey, you think that bird up there's all right? What if he's
What if he's what?
I don't know, but I sure hope he hurries up.
Me too.
What's the matter?
There's a skeleton in there. He was laughing right in my face.
Yeah, what's he so happy about? A skull!
Good. Good, look. Good, look for yourself. Good.
There ain't nothing in there.
Do it. Go, do it.
You picture that? I seen it with my own eyes.
Do you feel all right, kid?
I never felt better in my life. But, I think we ought to get out of here, huh?
Without Pee Wee?
We'll go up and see what's wrong with Pee Wee now, huh?
Come on.
Go up there first. How's Pee Wee?
Pee-wee? Oh, your friend. He's resting well.
Well, we want to see him.
I suggest you should not disturb him.
We ain't gonna disturb him. We just want to see him. Hey, Pee Wee. He's dead.
Not at all. He's merely asleep.
Yeah? What'd you do? Give him a Mickey or something?
No, your friend was in pain, and I found it necessary to give him a mild sedative. You see, I've given him the proper treatment.
Oh, how are we gonna get out of here with him like that?
Well, leaving is out of the question. Your friend must not be moved.
But we gotta get back to camp. Yeah, I'm hungry. Vitamins or no vitamins.
Oh, he's talking about food. We can't leave Pee Wee here alone.
That will not be necessary. My home is not equipped for visitors, but Luigi prepared rooms for you. You will be my guest for the night. Come, I show you to your rooms.
That's fine, but one of us is staying here. Hey, Scruno, you keep Pee Wee company.
Hurry. Who, me?
Yeah, you. We'll take turns. I'll relieve you later. Okay, Mr.
You will notice this is a very old house. In some respect, a very strange one.
You ain't kidding. The maid service in this hotel is terrible.
Hey, Glimpy. You and Skinny take that room.
Just me and Skinny?
What do you want, a nurse?
Don't forget to call me every half hour, huh?
Yeah, I'll tell the operator.
A very charming room in a repulsive sort of way.
Hey, this looks like one of those beds George Washington slept in.
Well, it's about time they change the sheets. Let's get some light on this subject, huh?
I understand this room was occupied by the late owner of this house at the time of his death. I hope this knowledge will not disturb your sleep. Luigi has placed a candle somewhere, I'm sure. Good night.
Say, maybe you better lend us your candle.
Yeah, come on.
Good night.
Oh, you know your way around here better than us.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'll follow you.
We'll both go together.
Okay.
Hey, maybe I better get a flashlight, huh?
No, wait a minute. Let's go together.
Yeah, you said that once.
You know something? I like this room much better in the dark, and I don't like the dark. Get a load of this joint, will you? Is this murder? No wonder the guy died.
Forgive me if I startled you. You would perhaps like this candle. Good night. Good night.
Today, the United States plan to claim a whole planet through the most extraordinary expedition of our time, a flight through space by rocket ship.
I hereby claim Mars in the name of the United States of America.
Yes, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello go to Mars in the funniest movie on Earth. You'll howl when their misguided missile lands them on the manless planet Venus, amid acres and acres of gorgeous, man-hungry girls. Man, oh man.
What is it? I could be wrong, but I think it's a man. That's a man?
Life at home was never like this. The laughs at the movies were never so wild. Bud and Lou are really out of this world when they run riot with Marie Blanchard and the Miss Universe beauties in Abbott and Costello Go to Mars, the maddest adventure that ever happened at your movie theater.
Now, there are a great many comedy troupes that have gained fame throughout the ages. The Marx Brothers, the Three Stooges. Heck, high schoolers are still laughing and discovering Monty Python's Flying Circus. But there's some troupes that are just not as well as remembered as others, like the Ritz Brothers? In my humble opinion, a group that's just at that tipping point, well loved by some and woefully unappreciated by others, is the East Side Kids. Or one of their many other names. I'll explain.
Oh, frack, he made a flowchart.
It all starts in 1935. Playwright Sidney Kingsley has written Dead End, a gritty, realistic slice-of-life drama about homeless kids in the streets of New York during the Great Depression. He cast 14 New York boys, some with no acting experience, including Huntz Hall, Bobby Jordan, and David Gorsey. One of the other actors leaves the productions and is replaced by his understudy, Leo Gorsey, David's older brother. I'm not going to focus on all the others, I'm afraid, but they include Billy Halep, Bernard Punsley, Gabriel Dell. The play is a Broadway smash. Producer Samuel Goldwyn sees it and buys the movie rights, and it's distributed through United Artists. They audition a slew of kids in California, but they don't get the right vibe, so they hire as many of the young Broadway actors as they can and bring them to Hollywood. And they sign a 2-year contract, allowing for other films. Good news, the movie's a hit. Bad news, the boys are absolute menaces. To quote Wikipedia, boys ran wild around the studio, destroying property, including a truck that they crashed into a soundstage. Goldwyn wanted nothing to do with them, and sold their contract to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers made about 6 Dead End Kids films that were crime dramas. They tried rebranding them as the Crime School Kids, but that name didn't stick. As a pretty clever setup, you have the kids serve as a foundation and have a rotating cast of stars to headline it, drawing the audience in. This includes Angels with Dirty Faces, starring James Cagney, Pat O'Brien, and Humphrey Bogart. Not bad. In 1939, Warner Brothers released them from their contract because, you guessed it, they're backlot shenanigans. Meanwhile, Universal Pictures saw how well Dead End films are doing and thought, let's make our own version, The Little Tough Guys. They hired new teen actors, but would come to include more and more of the Dead End Kids, to the point that it was eventually called The Dead End Kids and Little Tough Guys. They made 12 films and 3 12-chapter serials. Fun fact, one of the films, Give Us Wings include Shemp Howard, who'd become a huge inspiration to Hunt's Hall when the series shifted tone, but more on that later. But why have one copycat series when you can have two? That's right, in 1940, Monogram Pictures wanted their cut of the tough kid pie and made their own knockoff gang, the East Side Kids. And you'll probably guess what happens next. Shenanigans? Nope, the other thing, but I'm flattered you were paying attention.
Oh, I'm especially good at remembering needless mayhem.
Within 2 or 3 films, they ended up hiring most of the dead-end kids again. It's like the thing with animals becoming crabs. Any rival that attempts to copy the dead-end kids inevitably becomes the dead-end kids. However, notable new additions to the East Side Kids were Ernest Morrison and Donald Haynes, who were 2 veterans of the Our Gang silent shorts. But unlike Warner Brothers, there'd be no star headliner. Monogram Pictures worked fast and cheap. They didn't want blockbusters, they wanted low-cost films with a modest return. For example, in the film Boys of the City, they filmed in the soundstage known as Gower Gulch. One adult actor paid only $66 for the 5-day shooting said, "It was Gower Gulch bottom of the barrel. The cliche in Hollywood at the time is, if you're working in Gower Gulch, you're either on your way up or your way down. There's lots of ad-libbing, lots of one-shot takes. It's kind of a mess." They made 22 East Side Kid films, 3 of which involve spooky houses and 2 with Bela Lugosi. In 1945, Leo Gorcey asked to have his salary doubled. The cost-conscious producer refused. The East Side Kids were no more. Fun tangent, the producer in question was Sam Katzman, who produced 9 horror movies starring Bela Lugosi, and when he moved to Columbia Pictures, did a number of adventure films with actor John Hall, who we talked about in a previous episode, Beach Girls and the Monster. So Leo and Bobby left, and with Bobby's agent formed their own production company, which was also still distributed with Monogram, but they had more control. And they started their own series, the Bowery Boys, with Leo Gorcey as the star. Many others returned. Ernest Morrison was one of the actors who was invited to return, but he declined. The tone made its first major shift from comedy-drama to straight sitcom. With time, the focus shifted to Leo Gorcey and Hunt's Hall to the point that Bobby Jordan left. In time, the tone shifted further still from sitcom to pure slapstick. But it worked. The goofy horror film, The Bowery Boys Meet the Monsters, was a huge moneymaker, and my introduction to the series as a kid. It's not public domain, but if it was, I'd show it in a heartbeat. But it couldn't last forever. In 1956, Leo Gorcey was either fired or quit, fueled by his heavy drinking made heavier still after his father's death. Hunt's Hall became the new lead, with East Side veteran Stanley Clements returning to pick up the slack. It all wrapped up in 1957. Hunt's Hall and the soft-spoken David Gorcey were the only 2 members who were there at the beginning and there at the end. All in all, they made 48 Bowery Boys films, the 3rd longest running series in American history, or if you include the previous gang iterations, the 2nd longest. 90 films spanning 4 studios in 21 years. Not such a bad legacy. Alright, now back to our film.
Jim, this thing's gone far enough.
What thing?
You know doggone well what thing. You seen Lem Harvey?
Yes.
Well, why haven't you gone up the hill and arrested that fella?
Mayor, you can't go around arresting folks until you know for sure. You gotta have proof.
Proof? You know that monster was headed this way. Radio said so. The state police wired you. Lem Harvey saw him with a trailer full of coffins. A crazy killer running around loose butchering women and What kind of proof do you want? Some little girl murdered out in the woods? I tell you, Jim, you gotta do something.
Oh, take it easy, Mayor. I'm doing all I legally can. I've sworn in a lot of deputies, and I'm going to have every inch of road within 20 miles of this village patrolled every hour of the day.
All right, Jim, but it's your responsibility. You've been elected to protect the women and children of this community, and it's up to you to do it. And don't forget, we've got that boys' camp on our hands, too.
Why don't you lay down, Muggs, and try to get some sleep?
Yeah, I don't feel like sleeping. You know, there's something funny about that bird. Besides, I'm worried about Pee-wee.
Yeah, I know it. So am I.
Well, let's go see him.
Okay.
Well, all right.
Let's go.
Hello.
What's the matter with you?
We can sleep in our room. It ain't cheerful like this one. Hey, where you going?
We're gonna see Pee-wee.
Hey, that's a good idea. Come on.
Who is that? Who is us?
Us is me.
What's the matter with you, Schooner?
Ain't nothing the matter with me, it's him.
He been like that all the time?
Man, he ain't moved a muscle. I think he's dead.
Hey, Pee-wee. Hey, Pee-wee. That clinches it. Now we're gonna get tough. We're going downstairs and have a showdown. You fellas come with me. Screwlo, you watch Pee-wee. And if anybody comes up here, you let out a holler.
Listen, Muggs, you got the wrong man for this job. I'm better in the crowd.
Look, you heard him, didn't you? Let's go.
Yeah, but keep your eyes open.
You don't think I'm gonna stay in here for 1 minute and close them, do you? Pee-wee. Pee-wee, you ain't dead, is you? Say you ain't. If you can't say nothing, just shake your head.
Nobody in here.
Let's look somewhere else.
Ah, let's go in.
Sure is glad you was awake. Man, we've been worried about you. Yes, sir. Feeling better now, don't you? Don't you hear me talking to you, Pee-wee? What's the matter with him? Hey! Say, come on, Pee-wee, open the door, will you? Come on, stop playing, will you? Come on, hey! Hey, open this door! I want to get out of here!
Has Linda shown up?
Not yet.
When she does, tell her I've gone to town to see the constable. We'll probably need a searching party.
Okay.
That clinches it. That guy's a monster. We're getting Pee-wee and leaving here.
Hey, maybe he's done something to him. Maybe Pee-wee will be like he is.
I don't know about that, but we're leaving before we find out.
Hey, do you think that guy's dead like it says?
What's the matter with you? Can't you read? It says here that in the night he prowls about seeking new victims. And in the daytime, he sleeps in a coffin.
Well, let's wait till daytime, huh?
We ain't waiting for nothing. We're going right now.
Remind me not to come back here on my vacation.
I'll put it in my blue book.
Luigi, our guests must not leave the house.
Hey, open the door.
I can't. The door is locked.
Well, where's the key?
I don't know. I ain't got it.
All right, stand aside. We'll bust it down. Go ahead, Glimp. Bust it down.
I ain't no Superman. You bust it down.
You break it down. Why should I break it down? Break it down.
Oh, come on, boys. When you bust the door down, I got a bum shoulder.
Oh, you've been reading too many Flash Gordons. I don't want to do that.
Somebody's got to open it.
Oh,
I'm not doing
that's
it.
the way. Well, what took you so long to open it?
You can open the door. It opened by itself.
Sit down. You'll be all right.
Hey, where's Pee-wee?
I don't know.
What do you mean, I don't know? What do you do, just get up and walk out?
That's exactly what I don't mean. Nothing else but. He got up out of that bed, walked out of this room, didn't even look at me or say a word.
That's funny.
Say, look here, y'all know one thing? I believe Pee-wee done been turned into a zombie.
A zombie? What do you mean?
You should have seen that glassy stare in his eyes and the way he didn't listen when I was talking to him. Now, you know what I mean?
Zombie or no zombie, we're gonna find Pee-wee and get him out of the spider's paradise, see? Now, the first thing we do is...
Where is your friend?
That's what we want to know. What'd you do to him?
I did nothing. In his condition, he should not be moved.
Well, we're gonna find him and bring him back to camp.
No, I insist that you stay. You see, you're weary.
and you see things not as they are, but as your imagination paints them for you. I suggest that you all retire and that Luigi and myself look for your friend. He cannot have gone far.
Well, maybe you're right. Think I got hallucinations, huh? Yeah, I guess I've been painting pictures, huh? Well, what do you say, fellas? We all get a good night's sleep and talk about it after breakfast, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Horror Man. Knock him over. I just wanted to club. Club on this one guy over here. Come on, fellas, let's go. Come on, hurry up.
I'll warn that guy.
Yeah, it's locked. He'll never get out of there. Listen, Danny Me's gonna take top floor, see? You, Glimpy, you take Skinny and Schooner and search this floor and the one below. If anything happens, holler. And if you find Pee-wee, holler even louder. We'll meet you down at the foot of the stairs. Come on.
Let's go.
Come on, fellas. Go ahead, Schooner, look in there.
No, I ain't gonna look in there.
Oh, you're yellow.
If I'm yellow, you's colorblind.
What are you scared about? I'll be right behind you. Go ahead. That's long enough. There's nothing in there.
Stay close, will you, Muggs?
I am.
Hey, got a match, bud?
Say, what was that? Maybe someone's trying to break the leash, huh?
Hey, we ought to have a candle.
Yeah, I'll go get one. You two guys stay right here. I'll be back.
Hey, Grumpy said to wait. I know what he said, but something tells me to keep moving.
Nothing in there. There's nothing in there. No, nothing there.
Hey, Pee-wee. Say, you reckon he gonna be in there? I don't know. Maybe. Wait. Don't go in there. You know what he said. Don't go in there. Let's wait for him. Well, I just take a look and see. Hey, Skinny. Stop kidding. Did you in there? Ain't nobody in there. He's gone. Oh, let me get out of here. Oh, it's you, Glimpy.
Where's Skinny?
I don't know. He done disappeared.
What do you mean disappeared?
Well, he went in that box and he's gone.
Box where?
Come on, I'll show you. Come on. In there.
Skinny!
Hey, Skinny!
Skinny! I'll go see. You stay right here. Don't move.
Hey, Glimpy. Glimpy? Is you in there? You is, ain't you? Come on now, we ain't got all night. They both is gone. Oh, Muggsy! Muggsy, come on up here and help me. Come, Muggs. Oh, I want to get out of here. Muggs. Oh, hey, he's coming. Say, Muggsy. Skinny and Limpy went in that box, and they gone. I went in and looked, but I don't see them in there. Oh, Muggs, I want to get out of here. I don't like this place. This place ain't... Oh, get out of here!
I wonder where this goes. Attic, I guess.
Let's see.
Don't be in such a hurry.
I'm not in a hurry.
Hello, little monsters. Are you finding the movie scary?
Not really. I've seen scarier combinations on the KFC menu.
I like it. I love a big spooky house full of creepy sounds. Just like this one.
Yeah, this house is feeling a little more haunted than normal.
Are you still hearing that voice calling Princeton?
I am. And all of the regular ghosts here never bother to learn my name. It's all, hey you, and what's up, buddy? All except the Roman centurion in the bathroom thinks that my name is Jeff?
Oh, him! I hate that guy.
Murray, I have to consider the possibility that it could be Yolanda.
Nah, that's impossible. That's, well, at least unlikely.
Who's Yolanda?
Yolanda was my first wife. It was a brief and passionate affair. What do you call a whirlwind romance?
I'd call it a tornado, and that it left several Midwestern towns destroyed in your wake.
Life was tragically cut short. A candle that burned too bright, too fast.
Candle, more like a grease-fired Long John Silver's.
I still remember the last thing she said to me.
I love you?
No, it was, Princeton, the next time you put a plate in the dishwasher without pre-rinsing it, I'll gut you with a lobster fork.
Yeah, that sounds like Yolanda.
That was the last thing she said to me before the tragic accident.
Yeah, that fateful night at the lighthouse.
Yes, that night at the lighthouse. Wait, no, Yolanda had nothing to do with the lighthouse incident.
Whoops, sorry, I was getting my tragic secret backstories mixed up. They're just so many.
Do you think she's been trying to reach out to me? To warn me about something?
I don't know. Did you load the dishwasher without pre-rinsing?
I'd better check. Until then, hide the lobster forks.
You got it.
We have lobster forks?
Not anymore. I hocked those years ago. Got a good price.
What would a lobster do with a fork?
Beats me.
Constable, have you seen any of our boys around town?
No, I haven't. Why?
6 of them missing, and I thought they might have come in for the bright lights. That isn't all. Linda went out to search for them, and she hasn't shown up.
You say 6?
That's right.
It sounds like Joe here might have taken a shot at them tonight. Hit one, too, maybe.
What do you mean, took a shot at them?
Well, that can't take her over the burying ground. Can't have anybody prowling around dead night, you
Yes,
know.
but why shoot at a bunch of harmless kids?
Oh, they only used buckshot, Jeff. Couldn't have hurt anyone bad.
Well, where'd they go? Where are they now?
I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you, Jeff. I want you to take it easy, like.
Well, come on, what is it?
Well, you remember hearing about that monster murderer on the radio?
Yeah?
We got reason to believe that he's hiding out in the old Billings house near your camp. Joe here thinks he saw the lads heading for the house. Wait a minute, where are you going, Jeff?
I just told you my girl's out there in the woods.
Oh, but you're not going out there alone. I'll call in some of the boys and we'll go with you. That's a dangerous maniac out there. Hey, Hank.
Look. Coffins. Hey, just like the book said. Oh, go ahead, open it. Oh, you open it. Maybe they ain't supposed to be open till Christmas. Go ahead, open it. You take the other end. Okay. It's locked. Are we lucky? Maybe we better try the other one, huh? Oh, I'm sure they're locked, too. What's the future of locking coffins? Hey, maybe we better go back downstairs, huh? I don't think Pee-wee's up here. I don't think so. Yeah, wouldn't come up here. So would I. Hey, ain't that Pee-wee? Yeah. Well, let's get him. Just a minute. That's funny. No. Hey, Muggs, look out, the monster! Quick, stop! Climpy, you sure scared the heck out of us. What did I do, make you nervous? Where did you come from? That's what I'm trying to find out. Where's Muggsy? Oh, he's right around here. Muggs. Muggsy! Muggs! Muggsy! Hey, Muggs! I didn't like go treat the kid. I didn't see him go out, did you? No. Let's take a look. Hey, ain't no joke no more. Hey! Hey, what's the matter with you?
Wait a minute. Is that you, Muggs?
I can't breathe! Hey, Daddy! I'll bat you right in the head for this. Let me out of here!
Come on, open it up. It's locked. Just a minute, we'll break it open. My God, you want to give him water on the brain? God, open it. Oh, here. Get the side of it. There. Hey, Muggs, you're lucky. We was just gonna leave.
I couldn't get out. Must have got stuck. Hey, was that you in that hope chest?
Don't excite yourself, Muggs. You've been through an experience.
An experience? I've been through a catastrophe. And that's a beautiful word. Now listen, we saw Pee-wee come in here and he must be around. See, the quicker we find him, the quicker we can take a powder. Now let's make a search.
What are you gonna be doing?
I'm gonna relax, like you said. I'm gonna take it easy.
Oh, dictator!
It's dark in here. Hold on, if I can find some matches in this place. Oh, some matches. Oh. Well, I ain't scared now. Some folks might be, but I ain't. This sure is a nice, cozy room. That's what it is. Nice and cozy. Some mighty nice folks must used to live here. Can tell by this furniture. That's what my mammy said. I wish I was with her right now, too. But this sure is a nice room. Yes, it is. Sure is. What? A white spider? That must be the ghost of the Black Widow. Get out of here. Scat. No, get out. Get away. Get away. And look at the tobacco can. Don't bother me. I don't smoke, so I ain't bothering you. That's all right. Please, Mr. Spider, come back and wave me a ladder so I can get out of here right now. I'm getting out of here now.
Now for another dark arts and crafts. Today's movie stars the East Side Kids, famous for their depictions of lower-class kids growing up during the Great Depression and World War II. So we're going to make a classic dessert, secret surprise cake. You see, during the Great Depression, the government enacted several food programs that helped families supplement their grocery shoppings, either providing stamps that let you buy surplus food or care packages of items with long shelf life. So it's easier to get food, but not necessarily the food you wanted or were used to. True story, my grandmother worked as a social worker during the Great Depression, teaching Irish families how to boil pasta for the first time. Some of these programs ended with World War II, but then you had rationing. And so some items were harder to get. Or people were encouraged to buy less of them, make do or do without. So a lot of the cooking in the era included some unusual substitutes. For example, say you want to make a cake and you don't have eggs. Instead, try using, well, that's the surprise. So for today's recipe, you'll need 1 box of cake mix, any brand. I've included all the ingredients on the screen if you want to make it from scratch, but we're going to take it easy and use a box of cake mix, about 15 ounces. Spice mix is best, but you can use yellow with 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice mix. 1/2 cup of milk or water, 2 eggs, 1 container of cream cheese icing, and our secret ingredient, 1 can of condensed tomato soup, about 11 ounces. That's right, a fluffy dessert made with salty tomato soup. It seems odd, but it has gelatinized starch and pectin, which should keep it bouncy and moist, and you won't believe how good it tastes. At least I hope so. I haven't tasted it yet, so we'll find out together. First, heat your oven to 350 degrees. Mix together your dry ingredients and beat out any lumps. Add our eggs and mix. Yes, you can make it without eggs, but it tastes better with them. In a separate bowl, mix our soup and milk or water until blended. Then add it to the batter and mix well. And if you want to, you can add in other things like raisins, nuts, or chocolate chips. We'll skip that for now. Make do or do without. Piece of loaf pan. You can also make it cupcakes or a sheet cake, but that will change the cooking time and temperature. Bake for 1 hour or until the toothpick comes out clean. Let it cool for 20 minutes, pop out of the pan, and let cool the rest of the way on a wire rack. When fully cool, ice with cream cheese icing or sprinkle powdered sugar on top. That one's in the oven, but here's one I made earlier. I've always wanted to say that. Let's try it out. Go. Secret surprise cake.
Hi, Princeton from the future again. So, while redubbing audio that's scripted is relatively easy to do, doing it over for dialogue that's ad-libbed is kind of impossible. So I'm just going to tell you my recollections of what I thought about the recipe. I really enjoyed it. It's very fun. You definitely get the spice cake layer, but there's this extra layer on top of it that's just really hard to explain and describe. I gave it to people and everyone felt they enjoyed it, but they just couldn't place the flavor for the life of them. It kind of takes a teeny bit like strawberry, but completely the opposite of strawberry too. Was it necessarily better than the spice cake on its own? I don't know, but it definitely felt brighter and more sunny. So if you want like a spice cake but don't want to taste like fall, you can add the tomato in there and suddenly got something that feels perfect for like a spring or a summer picnic or a potluck or something. I definitely recommend it. Try it out yourself. Alright, back to Princeton of the past and the movie.
I ain't chasing nobody. I want to get out of here. Where did you go?
I'll tell you later. Let's catch him.
Hey, where'd he go? Come on. I got him. Come on out of there. Let go. Come on out of there. Let go of that. Oh, what is this? Yeah, now we got him. What we gonna do with him? I don't know. I wish we had a mouse trap or something. Hey, let's put him in there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, come on. Throw him in there. Hey, listen to that. Hey, Spooner, look. Ooh.
This place is going to give me a nervous breakdown, I'll bet.
Yeah, well, if it doesn't, I will.
Hey, look at this scotch. It's just a beauty.
Hey, don't. It's liable to be loaded.
You kidding? Look, it's full of cobwebs. Even the trigger's rusty.
Yeah?
How do you like that? Pikey! And I haven't got my with you. So what? They're out of season. There's no wearing them much.
Hey, Muggs, wake up. What are you snapping your fingers like that for? You woke me up.
Didn't you hear the gun go off?
Gun? I told you to find Pee Wee, not shoot him.
We didn't even get to see him.
It's a fine thing. See, well, if you want something done around here, you got to do it yourself. Hiya, pal.
I don't see it. I don't see that. He's still coming. Come on. Hey, Mr. Tin Man, now go away. We ain't bothering you.
You were the young lady from the camp?
Why, yes.
There's a mad killer in the Billings house. And your boys, the boys who are missing from your camp, are there and in his power.
No.
I'm going to their rescue now.
Then I'm going with you.
You will follow my orders to the letter?
Of course.
Good girl. Come.
So when this thing almost fell on me out in the hall, I got the idea to put it on. Not bad, huh?
I see.
A mighty frosting.
See, look here, Muggs, but don't you do that no more. Don't do that.
Why not?
Man, you like to scare us to death.
I'm going up and get Danny, and you guys wait down here. I got something to talk over with you. And if Pee-wee comes in, you hold him.
Hold right. We got him.
Pee-wee!
Man, don't Murphy look funny in them there aluminum pajamas, though.
You said it.
Boy, this is too much. Say, what, you back so soon? Say, I thought you went to look for the other guys.
That's right.
What you trying to do, mix us up? What is this anyway? Look here. There's two of them. Okay, I give up. I give up.
Pee-wee. Hey, Pee-wee! Hey, Pee-wee!
Fooled it, didn't I?
Very funny, very funny. You didn't fool me for 1 minute. What's the idea of playing games? What are you doing wearing that suit?
Oh, my tailor told me we wear like iron.
I gotta wrap this hook iron around your neck. Come on, let's get out of these animated sardine cans and find Pee-wee. Hey, Sprucer.
Huh?
Got a can opener?
No, but I got a pocket knife.
Uh-oh. Hey, wait a minute. Danny and Pee-wee are missing. It's up to us to find them or we'll all be missing.
I wish I was missing right now.
Let's go down to the cemetery and talk this thing over where nobody can hear us.
Look here, Muggs, do we have to go out there?
Why not?
Well, I just don't do my best figuring in them there graveyards.
Aw, come on.
What was that?
That's just your imagination.
Look here, Limpy. If anything happens to me, you notify my mammy, won't you? Sure, sure. If something happens to you, who'll I notify first?
Just notify me first and nothing will happen.
Hey, Danny, you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, where was you?
I was sharing a room with a skeleton.
A real live skeleton?
Did you ever see a real live skeleton?
No, sir, and if I never do, that'll be too soon.
Now, if we can find Pee-wee, everything's going to be all right. That's how I got in the room with him. I was following Pee-wee, and he went in a secret passage.
A secret passage? Where?
Right down here in the cellar. I tried to find a spring to it, but I couldn't. Hey, maybe if we all tried. Come on, I'll show you. My roommate, Mr. Bowens.
Boy, ain't he skinny?
Come on. How do you like that? It's open now. Pee-wee must have come back.
Hey, this looks like the place where the plot begins to thicken. Let's take a look and make sure. Come on.
Welcome back, little monsters. I hope you're liking the film.
It's okay. But the gorilla's taking his sweet time showing up.
Gorilla?
Oh, you know. In all these dark old house comedies, there's always a guy in a gorilla suit running around.
Well, that's true. That's pretty common. And I know that there's two that show up in very similar films, Spookbusters and the Bowery Boys Meet the Monsters, but I'm sorry, Tippi, there's no gorilla in this movie.
What? Oh. No wonder this movie isn't a classic. A guy in a gorilla suit makes every movie better.
Well, I don't know about every movie.
Of course, every movie. Imagine Airbud, an adorable golden retriever, is recruited to help a junior basketball team. How is this allowed?
Because there ain't no rule says a dog can't play basketball.
Right. But what if the opposing team exploits the same loophole and recruits a gorilla?
Ooh.
That's a climactic Act 3.
Yeah, I totally see that.
Or the movie Finding Nemo.
Okay.
Yeah, Marlin is crawling across the entire ocean to the Sydney, Australia to find his young son.
Yep.
And when he gets to the dentist's office, Nemo's backed into a corner by a gorilla.
The dentist is a gorilla?
Or the little girl is. I'm sorry, all you guys look the same.
We can workshop it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, what about Titanic? James Cameron's masterpiece, Titanic.
Oh.
That final scene in the water.
Yep.
I'll never let go, Jack.
Yep, it's beautiful and deeply climatic story about choice.
Yeah, and loss and sacrifice.
Yeah.
And a hot guy who you remember years after you've been married to somebody else.
Yeah.
But I guess you can imagine. Come on, no, help me out, Murray. You be Jack.
Yeah. Hey, Rose, can I get on the raft too?
Of course not, Jack. Then there'd be no room for the gorilla. Yeah, isn't that so much funnier than the original?
Yeah, but I don't think James Cameron was going for funny. I don't know, I thought it was alright.
Oh, I got one better.
Okay,
I got one better.
What's that?
The ship is going down.
Yep.
The string quartet
I can see it.
sadly plays their last song, Nearer, My God, to Thee, as they sink under the icy water. But every single person in the string quartet is a gorilla.
That's a bold choice.
I didn't go into the movie business to play it safe.
Alright, well, can't stay long. Bad news is the voice is still haunting me here. But the good news is I think I've triangulated to the attic.
We have an attic?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Time to find out what it is. Murray, Tippi, let's do an inventory. Shaky candle. Oh. Check.
Have you practiced your shocked expression?
Hold on. Huh.
Needs work, but good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Last will and testament, leaving everything to Murray. Oh, no, let me check it. This is worth a shot. Knock him dead, kiddo.
Bye! Have fun storming the castle!
Easy, got it.
Near, my God, to thee, near to thee.
All right, man, we ain't waiting any longer.
Listen to what I gotta say. Remember in that book what it said about the monster? You can only scare him with two things, silver bullets and blessed iron. Well, we ain't got neither, so there's only one thing we can do, and that's to get tough. Plenty tough, see? What do we do with the fellas back home when they stepped out of line?
Knock him out.
Exactly. That's what we're gonna do with that vulture and the little termite that hangs out with him. Get it?
Sight.
Place be just like the subway if they had lights down here.
I wish the train had come through.
This thing's green molded.
So, you couldn't stay away, could you? The criminal always returns to the scene of the crime.
Who are you?
You don't remember me, but 20 years ago in this very house, I was a living being. I had flesh on my bones, blood flowed through my veins, but you scared the health out of me.
I was never in this house until tonight. You have made a mistake.
It is you who has made the mistake, my friend. For years, you have wantonly taken the lives of millions. So, I am going to take yours.
No! Stay away! Whoa!
No! Hey, this guy's out like a mackerel.
Well, get a rope, quick. We'll tie him up.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
Let me...
All right, boys, make those knots good and tight.
Hey, Musha, let him have it.
What are you, kidding? Leave him for the cops.
Oh, let me punch his skin. Say up to there, huh?
You heard me the first time. Hey, what do you say we pick up Pee-wee and get out of this furnished morgue?
Hey, maybe there's a reward for this guy. Boy, if there is, my mother won't have to take no more washing.
Why not?
I'll go out and buy one of those sporty roses and go around and collect it for her. Hold this for me, Chauncey.
Hiya, fellas. Pee-wee. Yeah. Hey, you all right? I'm all right. Say, what happened to you guys?
What happened to us, he wants to know.
You've been running around the house like a guy walking asleep, and we've been chasing after you. Yeah? Last thing I remember is that guy giving me a pill, and then I went to sleep. I sure had some funny dreams, though.
I'll play that across the board.
Well, can you get up? Sure I can.
Hey, fellas, do something to scare me, will you? I got the heat cuts.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, nothing? We're still friends, ain't we?
This way.
All right, you men surround the house. When you hear a shot, break in wherever you are. I'm going in the front door.
Let's go, boy. Let's get him. Come on.
Where's your light? This must be it. It's locked. We'll force it.
Hey, what is this?
Haven't you fellas heard? The deer season is closed.
Muggsy, are you all right?
Hey, certainly I'm all right.
You boys can thank your lucky stars we got here in time.
Yeah, why?
That man's a monster.
You're nearsighted, bud. You listen to me, I'll tell you the whole story. We was all going to town, see, and we decided to take a shortcut to a cemetery when some drunk takes a pot shot at Pee-wee and clips him, so we brought him up here to get him all fixed up. But first we thought this was a haunted house, but it's not. And if it is, he ain't haunting it because we thought he was a monster too. But like I said, he's not. Just a magician. And a very good one too. Just come up here to practice some new routines. This guy here is his assistant, the best in the country.
What about that head on the plate?
Oh, just that's the old salami trick. You know where the girl carries the guy's head in the tray? Well, I was the guy.
That's Linda.
Hold your fire in there a minute. I got a better idea.
What is it?
Listen, there's a window in there, see? You fellas let me through the skylight and I'll be all set.
And all for danger.
That's not. Give me that light. You keep that poacher's attention out here.
Yeah, rap on the door, boys. Go ahead. Come on, Muggs. Open that door. Hey! Open that door.
You all right, Linda?
Oh, I thought you'd never get here. Jeff.
Let me get him up. Cut it out.
Hey, look who the monster is. Hey, we get the reward, Sheriff.
Wouldn't be surprised. I sure had us fooled there for a while, Van Gross, or whatever your name is.
I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
You fool.
Hey, let's go figure out how we're going to spend that money.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for piece de resistance, Nardo's famous disappearing cabinet. Good magic deserves lovely assistance. Will you help me, please?
Why, yes.
Why don't you step
Forget
in?
that's my girlfriend.
All right. No harm. She just disappears.
Gonna bring it back? I hope.
I think that's probably the easiest trick I ever seen. I think I can do it.
You can?
I certainly can. Not only will I find a young lady, but when I do, we'll oscillate.
Now, why don't you try it?
I will. Just give me 5 seconds and I'll have her.
Oh, delighted.
What talent.
I got her, Professor. Oh, have I got her?
Welcome back, little monsters. Hope you liked the film. Princeton, you're alive. Thank God. Yeah. I'll tell you all about it, but before I do, I want to talk about the film. Want to stare at the camera and pretend you're having a conversation with the audience? No, even better. I'll talk about it during my interview with Cherry from Keeping It Creepy with Cherry and Cat. Enjoy. Hello, welcome back. This is Princeton Vice here, and we got a special guest here. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Cherry from the podcast Keeping It Creepy with Cherry and Cat.
I'm so glad. And you're coming to us from what appears to be a haunted hotel room that seems to have dark, spooky backgrounds.
You know, I do my best.
You're keeping it creepy. I mean, you know, like it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Like it says on the tin. All right. And who's your co-host?
My co-host is my best friend, Kat. We've been friends for, I can't even tell you how long. And we kind of wanted to do a thing. And the one thing that we had in common that was kind of not really unique, but that was really in common was our love of horror movies, horror books, horror anime. And we decided to start a podcast. Both of us are, I'm a Black woman, she's Filipino. Although a lot of Black and brown people are into horror, you don't really see a lot of podcasts with Black and brown people as hosts. So we were like, let's do our own. And we've been doing it for, I want to say we're in season 5 now.
Ooh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm also particularly glad you mentioned horror anime because I'm sure we'll come back to that, but that's not the one that a lot of people dip their toes into. So that's fantastic. So First question, if you ask me, the horror genre is particularly neat in that you can kind of analyze it on so many different levels. Like, is it, a symbolism and a snapshot of the mass psychology and zeitgeist and all that kind of stuff? Or you can also look at it and say, I liked it, it made me jump, it was scary. And those are totally equally valid, if you ask me. Do you agree?
Oh, I totally agree. Most people, when they think of horror, only think of like slasher films and blood and guts and like gross things, but there are so many really like artistically done horror movies that like make you think, that you can really like spend hours just analyzing. And I love that we have that full spectrum in something that a lot of people kind of underappreciate.
Where would you say that most of the scale, when you talk about either in just on your podcast or just in general, where would you typically put that on a scale of 0 being, I loved it, it was scary, and 10 being like overanalyzed, like a dissertation?
I would say we overanalyze everything that we watch. It's just, Kat and I are both high school teachers, English teachers, and so like analyzing the deeper meanings behind things, like that's just our personalities. So anything from like the worst rated D-level Netflix or sci-fi horror movie to something as like deep and meaningful as Hereditary, we can spend hours on all of it. So if you're into that.
Sure. I just like to let people to know what to expect, if they're so that's awesome. That's fantastic. Now, speaking of genre and rules and slashers, horror in particular, slasher films, has been cited as having certain, quote, rules. Scream franchise is famous for codifying a few of these. Would you agree in that?
Oh yeah, every horror movie has rules, especially I would say before like 2010. You could watch almost any horror movie and be like, okay, this one is paranormal. I know exactly what the story beats are going to be. I know when these things are going to happen. Oh, there that one is. Thankfully, as time has gone on and we've gotten more directors like Jordan Peele who purposely try to like circumvent the tropes, we're getting more and more movies that don't do that. But even then, they still kind of make and follow their own rules, which I would say is definitely really important in a horror movie. Like fantasy. If you're going to make your own rules, you have to follow your own rules. But they all have some sort of rule. But thankfully, we're kind of getting away from like the main tropes and purposely like making new tropes or having directors and writers who like try to do things on the opposite direction. And I love watching that happen.
Fantastic. I'll ask for more recommendations like Peel in a moment. Do you have a particular favorite horror subgenre that is your favorite? Slasher, horror, comedy, campy B movie? What would you like?
I used to say my favorite subgenre was paranormal or like demon possession. I was born and raised in the church, so that like that, having that in my childhood, only possession movies like really truly scare me. But more recently, my favorite subgenre has been the good for her, where you have not just a final girl, but a final girl who doesn't happen to like stumble into being the final girl. She actually is very smart, very aware of what's going on. She uses her brains to get like to make it to the end. And a lot of good for her movies, the final girl actually is also the villain. A good example of that is the newer A24 movie Pearl, where the main character is the killer, but also when you see why she's killing, you're like, oh, good for her. Like she got, you know what I mean? She got the revenge she was looking for.
Sure, so got that heroic call to action.
Yes.
Interesting. I've not heard of that trope, but it definitely, I'm sure, goes back as far as Lizzie Borden and older.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as far back as Carrie, like, good for her, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that makes sense. I didn't know that was a subgenre, but I could totally see that. So that's fascinating. All right, so about today's film. Today's film, we just watched Spooks Run Wild, which is, if you had to put it in a box, mostly falls into what's called the dark, or I'd call it, the dark house horror comedy subgenre.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of the classic black and white dark house movies or horror comedies from the day?
I have not, and I don't know. Now that I watched this one, I don't know why. It's not something that I've particularly avoided. but I actually really enjoyed Spooks Run Wild, and so now I'm planning to like go more into this genre to see what else I can find, to see how I feel. Maybe get Kat to watch some with me.
Oh no, totally. I have some recommendations for you if you're interested. There's the original trope namer, which is called The Dark House.
Oh.
And on some of them, well, it's interesting because they straddle like 3 lines. Sometimes it's mystery, sometimes it's horror, and sometimes it's comedy. And which one it's wobbling towards can really, really vary. Some of them are like, yeah, this is a murder mystery, but it's also kind of dark and spooky, and the ambiance and the gothic setting really tie into it. And other like, hey, let's have a guy in a gorilla suit. No reason why, but there's a guy in a gorilla suit. But one of the ones I definitely love is The Bat. That's Agnes Moorehead from Bewitched, and Vincent Price as the 2 leads in that. And it's wonderfully dark and gothic and wonderfully gay. I don't think they intended it to be the last one, but it really is. So yeah, fun. So speaking specifically on this one, what do you think of Spooks Run Wild specifically? Any parts you enjoyed? Any parts you didn't like or haven't aged as well?
Honestly, I can't think of anything. I was looking for things to not like about it. And I think for its time period, it absolutely could have been a lot more heavy, like racist than it was. There were so many opportunities where I was like, oh, they didn't quite go there.
That's definitely a good way. I mean, that's a ringing endorsement. You can say this. Not as racist as it could be.
Right.
Although I hate to say it, there's another one in the same series I think came way before it, and it is so much worse. So much worse. Like every single time they're setting up something so racist, they're like, not gonna go there. Not gonna. Oh, they did.
Yeah, this one didn't quite go there. My measurement for like how racist something from this time period is, I've seen a ridiculous number of Three Stooges episodes, like the old black and white Three Stooges episodes. And so between that and Amos and Andy, like those are my measuring sticks. And I was like, oh, this one in comparison's not that bad.
Okay. Phew. All right. Good to know. Again, white guy talking, huge grain of salt. I think the thing is that they had a lot of the quote boys, all the young men, a lot of them showed scariness in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Where this film falls flat is letting our Scruno, aka Ernest, I'm trying to remember the actor's name, I have it here. Ernest Morrison, getting him a chance to show more of what he can do, and that was the big shame. Is that he's obviously the most talented actor on the set.
Yeah.
And I think started acting at the age of like 6.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in Our Gang, aka Little Rascals.
Oh yeah.
So he was the most experienced actor there by far. And it's a shame we just didn't get a chance to see more of what he can do.
I agree. Like he didn't really have many lines, and I wanted more because it just felt like the rest of them were working really hard to act and working really hard to say their lines. But he seemed pretty natural. And so at one point I was even like, you almost kind of could have put a white person in that role and it almost would have made sense, except for like when they make that joke early on in the dark about how like I can barely see you, and I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah,
there it is. Oh yeah, okay.
Any particular scenes or moments or things you enjoyed in particular?
Not necessarily. It was just it was fun. It was fun to watch. I thought because I like kind of slapstick comedy, that scene kind of early on where they're like getting in and out of the bus was funny.
One of my favorite things is it only lasts for like 3 minutes, but I'm a huge Bela Lugosi fan, and he plays so many villains, and he got a chance to completely ham it up as normal. But there's this small moment at the end where he's like, I'm a magician and a children's performer, and he's just so warm and friendly, and I love seeing actors who get stuck typecast as villains getting a chance to play cuddly roles, like Tim Curry playing the kind cuddly dad in Wild Thornberries with his that's not a role you normally get a chance to see him do. So that's just me. All right, so we're filming this episode here during Black History Month.
When it airs, who knows? What would you consider some go-to black creators and actors in the horror genre, or black created horror films that you would like to recommend to people?
Obviously anything by Jordan Peele. That's like the number one go-to answer.
Nope.
But if you haven't seen the new Candyman, directed by Nia DaCosta, she did an amazing job. Like, I really love the original Candyman, but I think that what she did, like, changed it in such a modern way. It's an amazing movie. Also, The Blackening, which I don't think that director was black, but the majority of the cast is black, and of course they're all black. Like, the black people all make it to the end, which is nice, which is another trope that we don't usually get. And then a Netflix movie, Sweetheart. The director is J.D. Dillard. It's about this black girl who's like basically stranded on a deserted island all by herself, except there is a being that is also on the island, and she's like trying to survive being on this island alone with this being, and also like kind of saving herself. Not really talked about. Very good movie. Definitely horror. So those are like some of my favorites.
That sounds great. That's fantastic. So, trying to remember. Candyman. Would you think that seeing the original Candyman is necessary to enjoy the remake, or it does make it worse?
I would say it's not necessary, I don't think, but it does help because there are callbacks to the original that you might not understand if you've never seen it, but I think you can enjoy it. You can enjoy it on its own, and they are different enough that, like, I think they both stand on their own. Having seen the old one and having her change it, it didn't make me, I didn't hate it. You know, because sometimes remakes, you really hate the remake because you have such nostalgia for the original.
Oh,
yeah. You know, like that didn't happen here. I love them both equally, but I just love the way she modernized it.
That sounds great. I know, Jordan Peele, I'm behind on watching his movies. I've seen Us, and that gave me nightmares for a month. And that's another one where I feel like first of all, the performances are amazing. The fact that Lupita Nyong'o didn't get a nomination. Winning with horror is hard, but she should have got a nomination for that.
Yeah.
She really knocked it out of the park. But to me, that one's the works at the visceral level of like, oh my gosh, this is dark and creepy and scary, and it works on that symbolism level of, oh my gosh, the levels that are in here for what they're trying to say is amazing. It's that middle part where it just fails and the logistics of this world just make no sense, and the more you try to pick the threads, you're like, the more it just falls apart and going, this makes no sense.
Yeah, don't think about it too hard.
Or too hard, or not at all. Just don't think about it a little. That's where it falls. But that's just me. I think that's any other thoughts you have before we plug you one more time?
Not really. If you want some more good for her recommendations, The Witch is a really good one. Also, I don't hear, not only horror fans really talk about this one, but Ready or Not, it's a pretty modern, I forget, it came out in the 20-somethings. I don't remember when. But basically about a woman on her wedding night, she meets her new husband's family, and things go awry. It is so good, but she is absolutely like the final girl, and it is like, good for you, good for her. Like,
I saw the trailers for that, so it's good to know that it's actually worth watching.
Oh, it is
beautiful.
so good. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And one more time, the name of that podcast and where can people find it?
It is Keeping It Creepy with Terry and Kat. You can find our podcast episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. And you can find us on X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Thank you so much for coming, Terry.
No problem. This was fun. Any chance to talk about horror, I will take it.
So when are you going to be a horror host?
Oh, good question.
To be continued. All right. All right, and we're back.
Okay, so spill the beans already. What was the ghost trying to tell you?
So here's what happened. I followed the sound up into the attic. It's dark, it's creepy, it's damp. In the corner I hear, Princeton. Princeton. I step closer and I see it wasn't a ghost, it was my old HP printer.
What?
For some reason it was printing night and day, going, Princeton. Princeton.
Well, that's the word.
A relief?
No, what's the thing like a relief, but you're bored?
Anticlimactic.
Yeah, that.
See? Nothing to worry about.
Well, what was it printing?
Oh, it's just one line over and over. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. See, nothing to worry about. Best of all, it looks like I'm not haunted by the ghosts of my late wife after all. And just like in tonight's movie, it's important to remember not to judge things at face value. Sure, Nardo looks like a sadistic killer, but he was just a stage magician who was really bad at communicating. Don't judge a book by its cover, as they say. Whether it's a movie, a book, or a new friend. It's harmless. Go ahead. Give it a try. Sometimes we stop ourselves because we're afraid we won't like it. Or worse still, we think we might like it, but are afraid people might judge us for liking it. But who cares? Life's too short to worry about that. Like what you like. Ugh. No, it's that time again, so you know what that means.
Now it's time for our playdate to end. We watched old films and we met old friends. And maybe made some new friends too.
Like Sherry and Count Ghastly.
I can be your friend if you want me to. Thanks for watching Princeton Vice. Let me offer this advice. Eat, drink, and be scary, for tomorrow we die.
You gotta die.
For tomorrow we die.
You gotta die.
For tomorrow we die. I'm sure you've seen him in the movies. He's a star of horror fame. But we've mispronounced his name for far too long, when we should pronounce his name Bela. That is how you say Bela. That's the only way, Bela. Darling, won't you please keep that in mind? Bum, bum, bum. It's a common misconception, like in that old Bauhaus song. The song is wild, I really like its style, but they say his first name wrong. It's Bela. Bottom paw. That is how you say Bela. Bottom paw. That's the only way, Bela. Bottom paw. Darling, won't you please keep that in mind? Oh, I will. One more time. Bela. Everybody. That is how you say Bela. That's the only way, Bela.
Yippee-ki-yay, melon farmer.